Hello YouTube and welcome to another MikroTik tutorial. So in this video I'm going to show you how to implement port forwarding on the MikroTik router. So are you ready? Let's get started. So first thing first, what is port forwarding? So simply, port forwarding is the process of intercepting traffic data from a computer's IP and port, okay, and redirect it to a different IP and port, okay. So this process actually is implemented under MikroTik using the feature called dst-nat. So we're gonna actually use dst-nat in order to port forward an IP address and the port also from our internal network to the public internet, okay. So we're gonna actually publish a server, okay. So as an example here, I will show you here I have actually a web server here. It's actually Grafana, as you can see here. It's on my internal network under the address .30.105, and you can see here the port is 3000, okay. So I'm gonna actually use dst-nat in order to publish this web server to the public internet, okay. So if I open here my Winbox and if I go actually to interfaces, you can see that I have here one interface, okay. So here I'm using PPPoE client in order to connect to my ISP, and I have an internal interface Ether2, okay. So I'm gonna simply port forward the web server on my internal network to the public internet, okay. So let's begin. So let's create, as I told you, the dst-nat. So here simply I will use this command here, okay. So this command is actually to add a dst-nat. So the action here is dst-nat under firewall and NAT. So the chain is dst-nat, okay. So the destination port is 3000. So this is the port that will be published to the internet, and here my in interface is my one interface, so I call it one, but normally it's Ether1, but for me I rename it to one, okay. So the protocol of course is TCP, and the internal address is, as you can see here, 192.168.30.105, and my internal port is 3000, okay. So as you can see here on this web page on my internal network, so this is the internal IP address and this is the internal port. So I will use here dst-nat in order to do that. So I created this rule, so we can verify this rule if I go to the menu IP and under firewall, okay. So you can see here that we have created this dst-nat rule here at the bottom. So it's dst-nat. So I can double click on it to verify that actually, as you can see here, the action is dst-nat. So I can also log it if I want, okay. And this is my internal IP address, and under general you can see that I have a destination port of 3000 and in interface is 1. So I can add here a command, for example, publish Grafana server, web server actually, okay, or server. So I'm gonna hit OK. So this is my Grafana internal server, okay. So dst-nat by itself does not allow traffic, so we should create actually a filter rule that allow dst-nat traffic, okay. So once again I'm gonna head to actually the command line and I'm gonna paste this rule here, okay. So this rule is actually a chain is forward, the action is accept, and the connection NAT state is dst-nat, okay. And here I'm gonna simply add the protocol, the IP address and the port. and this time the in interface is my WAN interface. Okay, so we can verify that also if I go once again to our firewall. This time I'm gonna go to the filter rules. Okay, and you can see that this rule is added at the bottom, so I can double click on it, I can log it also, and I can add a command in order to distinguish this. So let's call it, for example, allow dst-nat traffic. Okay, and also you know that actually the rules are processed from top to bottom, so you must be sure this rule is at the top of any other forward rule. Okay, so I'm gonna simply put it here. Okay, in order to allow it. Okay, so also this is very important. And one last thing, you must be sure that you have a masquerade rule to allow actually internet access. So without this rule, client will never receive actually replies. So this is it. So this is the rule that I have been added in order to allow masquerade traffic, or masquerade rule actually. So let's verify that once again under IP, firewall, and NAT. Okay, and this is it. This is the last rule that we have created, is masquerade. Okay, so I'm gonna also double click on it and allow masquerade. Okay, and also it's better to put it at the top. Okay, so now we have everything, so we have to test that. So in order to test that, we have to actually get the public IP address for our MikroTik router. So if I go here to IP addresses, so this is the one IP address which is actually a public IP address. So normally if I open now a browser, and if I input this public IP address with the port, which is in my case 3000, I will get access to actually my web server. So let's verify that. So I'm gonna simply double click on this IP address in order to copy it. Here we go, copy. Here we go, and I will open another tab on my browser. Okay, and this is HTTP traffic, actually HTTP, not HTTPS. Okay, and I will paste the public IP address and also the port, which is in my case 3000. And here we go. As you can see now, I can access my web server using actually my public IP address. So as you can see, it's very easy to implement a port forwarding on the MikroTik router. You have just to follow these 3 steps and you are done. So that was just a brief video to show you how to implement port forwarding on the MikroTik router. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also leave a like or comment. I will respond to your comments. As always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.